So to be a mom to me is more than just, of course, mom Uber driver right now, but it's more than just that. It's just being able to help them grow, watch them grow, and then help them learn as they're continuing to traverse the successes and sometimes the challenges of life, right? For us, life definitely wasn't the same anymore, but we are here, we are thriving and present, and the girls, between the two of them, have their moments where they fuss, but they love each other and they know to look out for one another, be there for each other, even amongst the bickering. All right, Bold Move besties, we are on the road, and so yep, you get She Built Success while we're rocking and rolling, because today is sports mom duty. Sometimes we have things that hit us unexpectedly. In this case, schedules did not quite align, and so we have to do this episode in the car, which is exciting because you get to kind of get a little peek into the background of what it's like. So we are headed to cheer practice, and it's been interesting. This whole week has been interesting, but we're headed to cheer practice, and I feel like sometimes as parents, we don't give ourselves enough grace to just let things be. And at least, for me, I'm very structured, and I need to have the order. I love the order. I love things organized and in order. And when schedules shifted around, it was like, okay, well, we're going to have to pivot. We're going to have to shift. So that's where we are. So as a sports mom now, and my kids are 15 and 13 respectively, going on 16 and 14 respectively, and they decided post-pandemic to take up sports. So we have a volleyball varsity setter and a competitive cheer side base. And sometimes we have to split duties, and one parent's at volleyball, the next one's at cheer. In this case, it's cheer and it's me. So I don't know, we just roll with it. I think that the other thing is, like, when I'm out here, and whether it's, on the road because we have cheer practice, or, with a client because, meetings have to happen and deals have to be struck, I feel like it's sometimes chaotic in that, we manage everything on the calendar. We make sure, I tell the kids, if your stuff's not on the calendar, it ain't happening. But we as a family keep everything on our calendar so that we know where everyone is, who needs to be where. I mean, sometimes we have to put notes in because grandma and grandpa pitch in and they may pick up or drop off. So yeah, it's busy, but it's a good busy. I'm proud of my girls. They're able to have their sports and extracurriculars, but then also academically thrive, which is pretty sweet. I can say they're both very bright. Everybody has their moments sometimes where that light's a little dim because they don't want to listen. but in general, no, in all seriousness, I am proud of them. I know I said it before, but my older daughter, she is in a program where she can also get her college associate's degree along with her high school diploma at the same time, which is pretty cool. So she'll be graduating here in a couple years, and she'll have two degrees. I remember she asked me, she was like, "Well, Mommy, if I'm getting 2 degrees, can I have 2 parties?" And I was like, "Sure." And her dad was like, "What do you mean, sure?" But nevertheless, I thought it was fun. It's like, why not? You put in the work, you did the hard work and the effort that it takes to get there. So I'm looking forward to celebrating that. But it's just mom life. You just take them as they come. So our schedules right now is one where we have to cross all the lines, DC, Maryland, DC, Virginia, and then into Maryland, to be able to get to cheer practice on time. And in the DMV, traffic is bananas no matter the time of day. It's like always traffic. So we're going to be traversing that. So you may hear me yelling at a car or something. It's not road rage, it's just annoyance because folks don't know how to drive. So there we go. But yeah, so I think that one of the things, and for this episode, we're primarily focused on like me as a mommy, because I do take pride in being a mom. I've always wanted to be a mom. I remember when I was a little kid, I used to have stuffed toys, and in or Steph's toys, doll babies. Yeah, we got that noise. It's a sparkle car. My daughter calls it a sparkle car. It's a Subaru modified. But anyway, I had my doll babies and I had my like stuffed animals and whatnot. And I used to like put them in the bed beside me. And my rule for myself, now mind you, I was a little girl. I was like maybe, I don't know, like 10 or so. And my rule was I wanted the doll baby to be in the bed beside me, but I didn't want to roll over on the baby. I didn't want to like hurt it. I was very careful, and like when I did, I was aware that that's what I did. I'm a very light sleeper, and so that for me that was like training mode, mom mode. And then I fast forward to having my kids. My first daughter I had at 25, and it's been that was something that I had planned. My first daughter, I knew I wanted to start having kids at 25, and so that was cool. And then my second daughter came along 2 years later, and that was even cooler because I always wanted an even number of kids. And so to be a mom to me is more than just, of course, mom Uber driver right now, but it's more than just that. It's just being able to help them grow, watch them grow, and then help them learn as they're continuing to traverse the successes and sometimes the challenges of life, right? So yeah, I'm proud of my babies. I know they're not babies. They're both taller than me now. That's not saying much. I'm all 5'1", but it is what it is. But they're both taller than me now, and we embrace that. Sometimes you gotta check them because I tell them I'll punch them in the throat if they go out of line, and they know that. Ooh, and we have cars playing Dodge cars over here. All right, bet. So right now we're in DC and essentially going through what is 395 because that's a thing. So for those of you that know the DMV, 395 is nuts just about all hours of the day. So that's what we're rolling with. But yeah, I think the other part of just being a mom for me and raising the girls is allowing them some independence and their abilities to make those decisions and make mistakes and understand that and learn from those mistakes. I think sometimes I've come across parents who are just like suffocating. They won't let their kids do anything. And I know my kids, my older one is like, well, I don't get to do anything. I don't get to go anywhere. I basically stay locked up, which is not true. I mean, that's what she says. But the truth of the matter is there are times where she gets decisions and she makes those decisions unbeknownst to her sometimes that it happens. And sometimes they're great and other times we got to learn, right? And then my younger one, like her thing is, she's very, communicative and open, but she has more of both of them, actually more of a social life sometimes than me. And we're out here trying to balance that. So, we got between the sports, we have different friend groups, we have different, birthday parties and meetups that need to happen. And for us, we are able to be present for that. And I'm thankful for that. We have flexibility in our jobs. We have flexibility in how we are able to show up between me and my partner. So that part's cool as well. I think the one thing I will say that we found out recently, my older one, and she took a state test. I think it was in reading, but she took a state test and she just found out she scored the highest in her grade. Like she's the top score in her grade, in her school, which was pretty cool. So I was like, oh, congratulations. We were excited about that. So that was a good piece of news to hear just as the school year is starting to kick off. So I was thankful to just, celebrate with her, be excited, encourage her. We'll see what happens, when the school year starts. We'll still stay buckled in and ready and on our toes, but just being able to celebrate those small wins or big wins in this case, is something that I'm thankful I'm here to be able to witness. Oftentimes I do reflect because the girl's biological dad is not with us. He passed. For those of you that don't know, because I get everybody doesn't know my story, but for those that don't know, he passed in 2011. That was when my oldest daughter was almost 3 and my youngest daughter was 7 months. So he passed, and for us, life definitely wasn't the same anymore. But we are here, we are thriving and present, and able to be there for one another. I mean, we have the girls, between the two of them, have their moments where they fuss, but they love each other and they know to look out for one another, be there for each other, even amongst the bickering. I've bickered with my siblings, and I'm the oldest of three, so why not? But I think that part is pretty cool as well. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll say, as a sports mom, I was not expecting to be a sports mom. I wasn't even expecting my kids to take on sports. When I can remember my older one being interested in volleyball, like she would watch like different animes and things like that, and she liked it. But I didn't think she would actually take it on. Like, she was learning it. Like, I didn't know anything. I mean, I knew of volleyball. We played it like in PE in elementary school or something, but I didn't really know the game until she took it on and she expressed that interest. And I was like, okay, let's go. And so she did it. And I was like, dude, and that she did it. And she made the varsity team as her freshman. And I was like, okay, well, guess we're now a sports mom. And then my younger one, I can remember she came to us and she was like, I remember she used to watch like the cheer competitions on, I think it was like Netflix and Amazon. Was it Netflix and Amazon, dude? Netflix and Amazon? Oh, YouTube. Okay, YouTube. She would watch the YouTubes, and then she did be on the thing, and I know her cousin did it too, and she was like, I want to do this. I want to do this. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure. We did dance, and you didn't want to continue that. Not sure we're going to do this cheer thing, and then you don't want to do that. But, I mean, it worked out. Her first couple years, she was a flyer. She loved it. That was another sport. I was not an athletic person, I'll say that. So she loved it. So we were there for it. And it's like, her dad and I joke and we say, it's as if, you spend however long on the road to get to these cheer competitions for like a 2.5 minute routine. It's crazy, but it's fun to watch. It's fun to see the excitement and the team bonding and all that stuff that comes with, being in cheer or even in volleyball for that matter, or I guess any sport. I'm not athletically inclined. I'm okay with that. Music was my jam and marching band and stuff like that when I was coming up. But for me to be able to just help support them, or, sometimes every once in a blue moon, we'll do like a Peloton or a workout together of some sort. It's pretty cool. I encourage them to, to continue to stay active in the off season, whatever that, as far as like making sure you exercise, making sure you stretch. And they try, they do what they do, but they're kids, they'll slack sometimes. But it's been pretty cool just to be a part of it, I think, as a mom. But I will say this, as a mom who right now is running this Team Uber sports vehicle, I think the flexibility that I have with my client work, I'm appreciative of. I know not everybody can just up and go and, they have to be in the office or they have to be physically there somehow. And I'm thankful that I have, within my various roles as a consultant, as a contractor, what have you, in the government space especially, that I'm able to go, I'm able to, take them to these practices and still be able to fulfill work, whether that's on the front end or the back end of the day. I'm thankful for that. And I think that I think we sometimes beat up ourselves. I'll say it as a mom. Sometimes for me anyway, sometimes I have this expectation of not doing all the things, because I know that that's not possible, but I want to be there. Or I know there was, like, when the volleyball games and things start last year, there were certain games for volleyball that we just couldn't go to because my other daughter had cheer, and that kind of sucked, because like I want to be there. I want to be yelling and screaming and embarrassing my child because I'm proud of her. But I can't always do that. And that for me was let me back up. So when she was in her freshman year, it was fine. Everybody made all the games because practices was on opposite days for cheer. But then her second year of doing it, we had a conflict where one of the 2 days we had to do cheer. And so it kind of sucked because I felt like I'm not there to support. I mean, her dad was there, but I felt like I wasn't there. Her grandma was there too, but I felt like I wasn't there. And I'm like, I don't want her to feel like I'm slighting her, and I know she knows the schedule, but it's kind of that kind of feeling that I had as a parent. But I gave myself grace because I understand that, it does happen. Conflicts do happen. And the games that I'm able to make it, I get excited and I'm there with my all my sports apparel and team apparel and all that fun stuff. So, you know, is what it is. I enjoy it and I have fun with it. Cheer, I haven't quite, I am not a, I'm not like on the TV show Cheer Moms. That's not my jam. I am more of a, like, I think I want to get into making signs or like a t-shirt with something fun on it. Last year I was going to make one. We have a Cricut. Last year I was going to make one, but I decided we've had this Cricut for like, what y'all, 3 years? I don't know. We had this Cricut like sitting for a while. We used it for the first time, this year, right? Yeah, we used it for the first time this year, and that was just doing sample cuts. But anyway, I was supposed to make a flyer shirt, and I forget what I said I was going to say. It was cringe to them, well, to my younger daughter, but it was cringe. But I thought it was cute. I just don't remember what it was. But I'm glad I didn't make it to say flyer, because like I said, this year she's a side base. So I got to think of something dope to put on there and rock that apparel. But, you know, I don't do the cheer mom, cheerbo thing. That's not my jam. But I do love to support. You know, we're there with all the video cameras and we're recording each of her competitions. And it's just fun to watch. I mean, sometimes you look at the performance or you look at the time that the team puts into it and the amount of practices, the injuries, or the sprains or what have you. And then you see the end product and, you know, they're proud of themselves. Sometimes it's like tough where they don't win or they don't place where they want in the competition. And that kind of sucks as a mom to see like the defeat. But I understand that's part of it as well. We pick back up and we just try again. And we understand that we're a part of a team and it's not just a one person dependency or one person sport. It's a team sport. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all that this cheer season and volleyball season respectively has to offer. Yeah, I mean, I used to do this series called Carline Chronicles. I think I'm gonna pick it back up because I kind of like it. It's just fun. I hope y'all kind of like rolling with me in this whole process. I got my coffee. We making things work. We're sitting in this blasted DMV traffic right now. So let me know. I want your opinions, feedback. If you like these kind of episodes, you know, a little less formal, a little more, this is what it really is. I mean, we have this. I have a couple client calls to take here throughout the day, and then we'll be recording a little bit more later. I'm really excited to share just, I guess, a little bit more of the behind the scenes. Like I actually like this unfiltered, or I guess, is it unfiltered or filtered? Well, no, it's not filtered. I'm not filtering myself. I had it right. It's unfiltered. I like these like informal, let's say informal conversations. It just feels, I don't know, it feels fun for me. I get to kind of just tell you what's top of mind. And right now, knowing that we got to go to cheer practice, that takes a bit of it's a hike to get to. But I think it's worth it. I wouldn't have it any other way. It makes her happy, and we support the happiness, and we support the fact that she's actually sticking. This is the longest the longest sport that she's stuck to. Dance was not long. Same thing with my older one. Volleyball is the longest one, right? She's saying it's the only real sport that she's done. So, okay, I was actually going to give you some props on when you did dance, but okay, fine, I'll take that off the list too. But yeah, so this is kind of how we roll. So I think that the whole process of mom life / CEO life / and all the slashes, I just feel like it's all encompassing and it's inevitable and it's on the calendar, and conflict sometimes happens. And when it happens, we just pivot a little bit. And in this case, there's schedule conflicts and we had to pivot. And so this is our pivot. So Bold Move Besties, I encourage you to think about what makes you happy right now in life, whether you have kids or you don't. And how can you just appreciate the little things, be thankful for those little things, find gratitude in that, and give yourself grace. I mean, we all have different challenges that come up. Know when to be flexible, know when to pivot. And if you don't know, just borrow it and ask somebody, right? Or borrow some confidence and say, is this the correct way to go? But know when to pivot and know when you need to just kind of pause for the cause. So until next time, Bold Move Besties, I will catch you on the next episode of She Built Success. We may bring back hashtag Carline Chronicles. Y'all let me know. Let me know if this is like something that vibes with you. Catch you on the next episode. Bye. What's up, Bold Move besties? Guess what I'm offering? Government contract coaching for small businesses. It is your opportunity to get the real, the relevant, and the way to do government contracting correctly with the federal, local, and state government. Inside, you will get details on how to start in government contracting all the way through winning your first contract, which is, by the way, not guaranteed, but we're trying to get you there. So if you're interested, please sign up in the link below, and I will catch you in the next cohort.